Hi, Assalamualaikum, and good day, everyone. Welcome to topic 9. This is our last topic in our syllabus. So, today we will explore how industrial relations work specifically in the public sector in Malaysia and why ethics matter in shaping good working relationship. By end of this session, you should be able to, number one, understand unionism in Malaysia's public sector. Number two, identify key differences between public and private sector industrial relations system. Number three, familiarize yourself with the guidelines and machinery specific to the public sector. And number four, you should be able to explain the importance of ethics in maintaining harmonious relationship. Introduction. Industrial relations in the public sector refers to how the government, as an employer, manage its workforce. Employers include federal, state governments, statutory bodies, and local authorities. But the federal government plays a major role due to centralized control over human resource policies. Unionism in the public sector. Unionism refers to the belief in or practice of forming labor unions. In Malaysia, for example, public servants can form unions, but with more restrictions than in the private sector. It emphasizes the freedom of association, but within legal and administrative boundaries. As we can recall, topic 2 has highlighted several types of trade union, which include public sector trade union. So there are some examples of public sector trade unions such as Kesatuan Penolong Pegawai Farmasi Kerajaan, Kesatuan Sekerja Kaki Tangan Makmal, and many more. Characteristics of union. Unlike private sector union, public sector unions in Malaysia require exemption to be formed. Number two, are confined to specific ministries or agencies. Public sector union do not engage in collective bargaining. Instead, wages are discussed centrally via QPACs as a Congress of Public Sector Union. And they are also shrinking in numbers due to privatization, such as Telekom Malaysia, TMB, and etc. Membership restrictions. Union membership is heavily regulated. Only same department workers can join. Some public sector workers, like police, armed forces, prison officers, cannot join unions at all. Professional managerial employees must get special permission to join the union. Membership restrictions continue. These ensure that sensitive roles and management responsibilities are protected from the conflict and interest. Differences in public versus private industrial relations. Public sector industrial relations is based on different principles than the private sector. Most of the Industrial Relations Act 1967 does not apply to the public sector, which referring to the Section 52. No employee unions exist in the public sector. Differences between public and private sector industrial relations in Malaysia. In Malaysia, the Industrial Relations Act 1967 mainly governs the private sector, covering dispute resolutions, union recognition, and collective bargaining. However, Section 52 of the Industrial Relations Act excludes public sector employees from Part 2 to Part 6, meaning different rules apply. Public sector workers follow separate service regulations, and unlike the private sector, there are no employers' union. For example, while a private factory may negotiate through unions, a government department resolve issues through internal administrative channel. The way employees are grouped. In Malaysia, public sector employees may form unions or associations and still enjoy union benefits. For example, QPAX, the umbrella body for public sector unions, negotiates benefits that apply to all its members. In contrast, private sector employees must form or join registered trade union to access representation rights. Notably, employees' union exists only in the private sector, while public sector negotiations occur without employer union counterparts. So this is reflecting structural differences in representation and bargaining. The ways employees' union are organized. In Malaysia, public sector unions are organized based on ministries, departments, occupations, statutory bodies, or local authorities. For example, a union may represent all clerical staff within the Ministry of Health. In contrast, private sector unions are structured by establishment, industry, trade, occupation, or business line, such as a union for factory workers in the electronics industry. These structural differences reflects the distinct administrative and operational frameworks for each sector in managing employees' representation. So to sum up, for example, like union structure, in public sector organized by ministries occupations, however, in the private sector organized by TOI, trade occupation and industry by industry or company. Number two, bargaining power. Private sector engage in collective bargaining. However, public sector demands are made collectively via umbrella organization like QPACs. Representations. Public employees may be in unions or association and still get representation benefits. Machineries catering for industrial relations in the public sector. So it is unique institutions support industrial relations in the public sector, for example, like salaries commissions and committees, public service department, joint council, public service tribunal, general orders. These do not exist in the private sector. Similarities of industrial relations between public and private. Despite differences, both sectors are based on the tripartite model, which is it composition of employer, employee, and the government. Number two, it allows union formation. And number three, it share common union goals, which is improving work conditions and protecting employees' welfare. Similarities and differences between DGTU and DGIR. So the similarities, for example, like both are leaders of their representative departments, both have discretionary powers, and both are under Ministry of Human Resource. The differences between DGTU and DGIR, both are key roles in industrial relations, but with different jurisdictions. DGTU, Trade Union Registrar under Trade Union Act, has decisive powers, for example, like to register and to revoke unions. However, DGIR under Industrial Relations Act mainly advise, investigate, refers matters for dispute resolutions. Let us now discuss four key components of industrial relations machinery in the public sector. So basically, we are referring to the general orders, public service departments, salary commissions and committees, and also national or departmental joint councils. General order. General order are essential rules and regulations for civil servants. It covers everything from appointments and promotion, allowances, leave, conduct and discipline, government, housing, medical benefits, and also working hours and overtime. Public Service Departments. Public Service Department or JPA is like the human resource departments of the federal government. It oversees almost all public sector employees and it also ensures implementation of salary reviews, solve anomalies, and also supervises joint councils. Salary commissions and salary committees. These bodies are formed periodically to review pay and conditions. Key example, for example, like in 1991, new remuneration system SSP, 2001 Malaysian remuneration system, 2011 SBPA, but it is never fully implemented and the currently is actually SSPA. National Joint Council, so it is basically a machinery which is responsible for the modification of the Whitley Council machinery of the United Kingdom. So the design is to be consultative and not negotiative in character. It involves two levels of Joint Council, which is the National Joint Council and the Departmental Joint Council. National Joint Councils, three levels, managerial group, support group A and B. It is designed for consultation but not negotiation. Compared to departmental joint council, it is a ministry or agency level consultation on welfare, staff issues and efficiency. Now let us move to the second part of this lecture, which is on the ethics in industrial relations. Ethics can be defined as the system of moral values. In industrial relations, it guides behavior between employees, union, and management. Ethical behavior strengthens trust and reduces conflict between them. It is also concerned on harmonious industrial relations, ethical values, which help to define a code of acceptable and also consistent with agreed principles of correct moral conduct in professional environment, which is between the employers and the employees, management and the employees. So it is also, to take into consideration in issues of being honest, working hard, or behaving respectfully towards employers, management, and co-workers. These are the five ethical values in industrial relations. The first one, dedication. It is honest effort, not just talent. So employee dedication and industrial relations in Malaysia involve employee dedication means putting in consistent effort, being reliable, and doing your best at work. In Malaysia, this is specifically important in maintaining good industrial relations between employers, employees, and union. Dedicated workers help reduce workplace conflict and support company goals, which benefits everyone. For example, in Malaysia's manufacturing sector, companies like Proton value employees who follow safety rules and meet targets. Their dedication helped during union negotiations and improve workplace harmony. So legally, when someone signs an employment contract, they agree to perform their duties responsibly and support the company's success. Company like Petronas also show that when employees feel valued and engaged, they become more committed. So this leads to a better teamwork, fewer disputes, and stronger industrial relations. Secondly, accountability. Accountability means employees take responsibility for their actions, being punctual, using break times properly, and owning up to mistake. In Malaysia, this is vital for maintaining trust in industrial relations. For instance, in the healthcare sector, nurses must be accountable for patient care. If errors occur, admitting them and working towards solution help avoid disputes and builds a culture of integrity. Under Malaysian labor laws, accountability supports fair treatment and smooth employer and employee relations. It is also strengthens collective trust, especially in unionized environments where transparency and responsibility are key to resolving workplace issues. Thirdly, collaboration. Collaboration is a key workplace value, promoting teamwork, morale, and shared success. In Malaysia, strong collaboration supports healthy industrial relations by encouraging open communication and mutual respect between employees and employers. For example, in the public sector, employee participation in decision making, such as through joint committees and union consultations, has improved cooperation and reduced conflict. When employees assist colleagues, train a new hires or follow supervisors' guidance, they contribute to a more united and productive environment. This teamwork not only boosts performance but also strengthens trust, which is essential for resolving disputes and maintaining industrial harmony. Next is integrity. Integrity means being honest, responsible, and ethical in all work situations. In Malaysia, this value is crucial for building trust between employees and employers. For example, a cashier must accurately report daily earnings just as an executive must submit truthful expense claims. In the public sector, integrity is emphasized through anti-corruption policies and transparent reporting system. When employees act with integrity, it strengthens workplace relationships and supports fair industrial practices. This reduces conflicts and promotes a culture of accountability, which is essential for effective industrial relations and long-term organizational success. Lastly, conduct. Employee conduct refers to how workers behave at the workplace, showing respect, dressing appropriately, using proper language, and maintaining professionalism. In Malaysia, clear conduct guidelines are often outlined in Employee Handbook, aligned with Employment Act 1955 and Industrial Relations Act 1967. For example, in the hospitality industry, staff are expected to maintain a neat appearance and courteous behavior. Misconduct, such as repeated lateness or inappropriate language, can lead to disciplinary actions or disputes. Proper conduct supports a respectful, safe, and productive environment, which is essential for maintaining industrial harmony and avoiding conflicts in the workplace. So that's all for topic 9. Basically, it emphasizes on the unionism in the public sector, public versus private sector industrial relation differences, industrial relations machinery in the public sector, and also ethical values in industrial relations. Thank you.